Boom.
Ha.
Now, hopefully we have sound and video and all of that. I have no idea what this is. This was the same issue last stream. And yeah, I'll find out for next stream. Oh, come on, play something.
Bring them over.
They're all over. I mean, they're all here. They all came.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I wasn't really gonna. I mean, I definitely wasn't gonna play anything.
That's
so how the
that's
fuck
the
this
fun.
ended up like this?
That's the fun bit.
Right.
I'll still get the questions from Crowdcast. I'll try anyway.
You could just, if you could turn that big knob when I play this. If I play this, I'm going to play it, right? Then you can find out a little sweet spot. That's the mix. Reverb mix. No. That's the output level there, as you can see. I don't know if you need to.
Polski.
What's happening?
You're playing something, right?
Am I?
Anytime to
All
the
right.
corner.
So you came like a missile, falling on my head like the black sky. Think you're giving, but you're taking my life away. Then you came with your priest blocks. It's like a bus stop. Think you're giving, but you're taking my life away. Like the drunk you convinced was sober. keep me falling over. Think you're giving, but you're taking my life away. Still working. With the best of intentions, you try. Think you're giving, but you're taking my life away. Well, like the drunk you convinced was sober. You keep me falling over. Think you're giving, but you're
Fantastic. Everyone's melting.
Forgot the second hand. Second.
You forget now? Did you wrong now? It was
Second part of the
perfect.
second verse.
It was perfect.
There's a whole other section that didn't happen.
That's okay. I mean, unless you want to keep going, I don't think anyone would complain.
It came like a missile, leaving me the whole world in exile. That was it.
Oh. Okay.
Bit I missed.
You feel better now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's move on then.
Beautiful. Can we talk about sex now?
Sex. Okay, let's see. This is not a sex question. There must. Woo. Okay. Yeah, here's one. Ready?
Yeah.
Here's one by Owls. Hello, boss, and hi, Chris. Wait, does that
Say it
mean I'm the
again.
boss?
What?
Hello, boss, and hi, Chris. That means you're Chris and I'm the boss. Does it mean that?
No.
Could.
It couldn't
It
ever.
could.
Don't.
Cumbrain question. And this album makes it especially appropriate.
Cumbrain?
So, yeah, C-U-M, brain.
Cumbrain.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting combination of words.
Cumbrain question. It's hard to say. For
Cumbrain.
Cumbrain question. All right. So, which song, Kiss and Swallow or IMX in general, would you say is the horniest?
You guys really need sex, right? I would say that.
I know.
Okay, you go for it. You tell me. You tell me. And then Polsky has to say as well.
Okay.
I'll put him on the spot. Sorry. Yes, he's going to know all of
Okay,
those
wait.
songs off the top of
Let's
his head.
see what people say. Everything is burning. Paul says everything is burning.
Okay. That's the safe.
Chris's mic is much louder than Janine's. Polsky, do you hear that? Chris's mic is much louder than Janine's. Oh, it's already done. Okay, good.
As it should be.
So you stick it in me?
That's a good one. Yeah. It's a good combination of voodoo and fucking.
There you go. All right. The next one. Well, actually, that was when we skipped here. Okay, this is interesting. By a question by Faye. Hello, wonderful Mr. Corner.
Hello.
I hope that you are well. Congratulations on the anniversary of Kiss and Swallow. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
congrats. It is one of my favorite albums. Thank you so much for this beautiful art. I wondered if you can remember what the first song was that you wrote for this album. Was the album always going to be called Kiss and Swallow, or did you have any other ideas for the title? Thank you so much. Lots of love. I want to know that too.
Kiss and Swallow itself was actually the first song. It was a crossover song from my previous band, Sneaker Pimps. I'd written Kiss and Swallow for Sneaker Pimps, and Missile I had also written. What else was going to be on that album? There's another song. I think it was Naked But Safe. Yeah, so there were sort of crossover songs that came from that previous period that just transitioned into the album. Kiss and Swallow was the first one. Is that it? Is that the end of that? No, it was always Kiss and Swallow. Always.
Okay. Then you have answered.
I think.
Question. A question by River.
Hello.
Missile. Oh man, what a fantastic song. Oh, you just heard it. Ta-da. I never even considered people having that effect on my life until I heard Think You're Giving, but You're Taking My Life Away. My question is how you deal with people who are like that. Perhaps overzealous friends or those who are trying too hard when you just need them to stop, or any other interpretation. It's always a great mystery to me. How do I tell people with good intentions to fuck off when I need them to without doing harm? Yeah. It might not mean
no,
bad,
it's actually
they're bad for
little
you,
more subtle
basically,
than that. Yeah. I mean, this is where it all comes to the nuances of how you communicate with others. And I'm definitely not a prime example of tolerating those kinds of situations. I can write about it. Putting it into action is another thing. I think I've, over the years, I've just, actually not even over the years, just from the start, of becoming an adult. You could probably trace it right back to my childhood, but my bullshit radar was always there. My intolerance for lying and game playing and things like that was always there. So I was just very introverted. I didn't have that much social interaction, and when I did, I was just totally trashed on drugs, because that was the only way I could deal with these kinds of social interactions. But then you obviously get into more complicated situations where you really like people and they don't quite fit into, or they don't slot into your fantasy of a perfect human. What do you do then? Well, that's where mindfulness comes in, I guess, and you practice tolerance and compassion and gratitude, and that only really comes with time. No one's going to be perfect. You have to weigh up your options and figure out if it's worth it overall, right?
Yeah, I think a good way of kind of feeling if you are getting it right is if you feel like you're kind of defending yourself, if you get into a defensive role where you say, or an offensive role, really.
Honest, and it's work, but it's also it's even more work to be honest and compassionate at the same time.
Yes.
So without sort of destroying others, crushing them, a lot of people build up this sort of resentment over the years, and then suddenly there's an explosion of dramatic and catastrophic. I just don't believe that that's the healthiest way for any of us. So if I don't know, I'm playing with this thing because it's kind of, it feels like a comforting thing to do right now. So if you're in a situation where you're facing that, the best thing is to stop your kind of black and white thinking and try and see both sides without giving in to the situation. I think it's very clear when somebody's bad for you, or if it's a dysfunctional, codependent.
At some point, it also means we're both okay. It's okay, the way it is, but
it's work. It's work.
Yeah,
it's work because
it really
it's
depends.
not. It's even not as straightforward as that.
No,
because you can talk yourself into not.
It's frozen again.
Okay.
Buffering.
I'm frozen.
Buffering. Okay, buffering I can deal with as long as it's not completely frozen.
Okay.
Okay, maybe that was just a little glitch. Okay, it's back.
It's back.
Yeah. We see your comments a bit delayed, so yeah, anyway, it's all good. I think, did we answer that one? I think we did, right?
Probably a few times.
Probably way too much.
Saying the same thing in 3 different ways.
So, I'm just going to read this by Kinga.
Hit me.
Hi, Chris and Janine.
Hello.
First, happy anniversary and congratulations, Chris, for reaching the top of making the most sexual album on earth, that is Kiss and Swallow. I remember once in your Twitter days, you said that you used some samples from Ultravox in the making. I think from Mr. X.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, the name Mr. X itself seems not to be coincidental. Can you reveal something more about this inspiration, and maybe there were some others? Thank you.
It was a sampled drum beat from the song Mr. X by Ultravox. It was a very simple... Warren Cann from Ultravox at that time, he would make his own drum machines, and even though it was in the realm of the 808 sound, it was very unique. So I sampled that. It also had a lot of crackle and background noise things on it, so it sounded pretty cool. Sampled it, chopped it up, made my own beat, and I put that beat on Sailor. Yes.
Interesting.
So there was nothing melodic or musical there.
Okay.
But I did like Ultravox, early Ultravox. Kind of liked late poppy Ultravox as well, with Midge writing everything.
And was the Mr. X an influence in your name finding?
Not really. I mean, IMX, the name came from our first Sneaker Pimps album, Becoming X. So it was like a statement, or an affirmative statement of confidence. I am X, which is kind of true because I did everything anyway.
All right. Here is a question by Little Mo. My dearest, beautiful Christopher, sending lots
Little
of love
Mo.
and hugs for you. Hope you're well and happy Kiss and Swallow anniversary. I like this. I like that we're now celebrating the albums. I'm reposting my question from last Decon session. So, you posted once on Patreon how you're watching Western movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the one with Morricone's music, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, if I'm not mistaken. And I wonder if you like his work and if your focus on film music in general. Truly a gift in my life. I don't know how I could ever thank you for all that you do and your hard work. Take it in. Take it in. You are my inspiration. You still touch my heart so deep and intense. Love you, miss you. That's very sweet.
That's a very, very kind, lovely message. Thank you.
So the question is, do you like Marconi's work and film music in general?
I do, when it's good, like anything else. I'm not really a genre guy. Don't care about genre, as long as it's great. Morricone is obviously a fantastic genius writer, composer. I love his film work. Good, the Bad and the Ugly is it's one of those films when you watch it as a kid, you remember it and you feel something that you can't really put into words. When you watch it later, you see the work in it, and it's just, it's incredibly beautiful music. Once Upon a Time in the West, another Sergio Leone film, which Morricone did, I think, after Good, the Bad and the Ugly, is also subliminal, fantastic. Yeah, I love him. He just died, I think.
He did.
And yeah, not much more to say. I mean, we can talk about his soundtracks and stuff. I love film music in general. It's difficult to compare. It just clicked. So I don't think you've got anything. It's almost like watching a musical, but it's not. It's incredibly moving, popular film. It's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
And the music is so memorable. There's nothing quite like it, I don't think. I can't think of a comparison in where you remember the music as much as the movie.
Yeah. Agreed. No, when I watch
Cats, maybe.
What? No comment. Okay. Question by Anesthesia.
Hello.
Good morning, sweet Christopher. Kinda off-topic questions, because I think I already... Paraphilias are sexual interests in objects, situations, or individuals that are atypical. So this one, I can't remember its name. Sexual arousal from drawing on someone's body. So Kiss and Swallow's booklet shows us a few sloppy drawings on your beautiful skin. Do you find it sexual, Maestro? Or did you just have fun? Thank you. I love it.
Yeah, I had fun. That time when I wrote Kiss and Swallow and produced it and all that stuff, I was living in a tiny little apartment in London, and the studio was a 10-foot square insane asylum base, and totally DIY. So there was something a little bit unhinged about the whole experience. So those drawings were just an extension of that, me messing around and being incredibly introverted, self-obsessed, I guess. And I was definitely interested in the idea of tattoos. Tattoos were not a big thing, I think, not as big as they are now, and I'm glad I didn't really have a load of them because they seem a little over. Yeah, I guess there was a little bit of a sexual angle there.
Oh wow, she has a PS here. Oh, this is getting good. All right.
P.S.
P.S. And with regard to that confusing line from "Your joy is my low," oh, the one. Okay, for whoever wasn't at the last decon session a few days ago. Was it a few days ago? Anyway, the last stream. It was about your Joyce Mallow and what the meaning of you want the double cut through to wet, invade and slide is or might be.
It's like Dr. Ruth, some kind of
So-
sex therapy going on.
So here's the PS from Anesthesia. With regard to that confusing line from your Joyce Mallow, I can't help but think about fingering. But 2 fingers or 2 holes? That's the question. Sorry, not sorry. I'm Russian. Am I dirty enough, master? Never.
Yes, I think you've answered that very well.
I love it.
You're never dirty enough. That's close. It's close. I'll take that one as a good close fantasy on the subject.
All right. Next
Thank you for that.
question by Zeus.
Zeus.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sexy beast Christopher.
Whoa.
What have you done with that album?
Already know.
Still resonating.
Mm.
Once you replied that if you'd direct a porn movie, the scene would be you on stage and fans.
Okay.
With Kiss and Swallow topic, this image came to my head like a missile again. And my question is, did you enjoy your performance that much that you survived orgasm and had to go down from stage to calm yourself down? IMAX gigs are pure pleasure and I can't wait to experience your live music again.
What's the question?
So once you replied that if you direct a porn movie, the scene would be you on stage and fans everywhere
Yes, it would.
touching you.
Yes.
And then
More than
she's-
touching.
Okay, anyway, I think that's enough of that. Okay, here's someone. Oh, someone that's never. I don't think they've ever asked a question before. The name is And, A-N-D.
Hello. And
So, hi Chris. Now a ridiculous
I
question.
love ridiculous questions.
What do
The
you
more ridiculous, the better.
What do you think of creating Chris Corner action figures from different IMAX eras? It would be so cool to have them with outfits from all the albums and tours. I guess my favorite would be the one from Volatile Times official video.
That's a good idea. I would have them on a shelf in my bedroom.
But
I
they'd
could
be
look at them
all
every
like
night.
muscly, like those.
Yeah, they would be really pumped.
Yeah. Veins
Just like
popping
me.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be, there was a time when, do you remember that there was a Chinese director that came to Berlin and was writing a movie, had written a movie, sorry. It was called Mr. X.
Oh my God! Yes.
So they, I don't know what happened to that. I think we might have talked ourselves out of doing that, but the idea was the superhero character out of the alternative X person.
You were supposed to play it, right?
Yeah, she wanted me to act. I'm not an actor. That would have been ridiculous. But we could have made action figures. That would have been good. And we have a couple of little figures that people make of me.
Yes, that was, I think, Elizabeth. She made.
We should bring them on set next time.
Yeah,
on set.
We did once, I think. Yeah. Oh, the cooking live
The
stream.
cooking, of
Yes.
course, that's where it fits
Paul,
the
Paul
best.
placed them there. Yeah.
Mhm.
next to the gas stove. Luckily, they didn't. Oh, it's buffering. Oh my God.
Buffering of X. I have that. That was given to me by a fan, and it's great.
It's like, is that like a robot?
It's a
superhero?
monstrous robot that is called X,
So
and
cool.
and the headline is "I am X," and I think he just destroys everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
You kind of
Okay.
thing. It keeps going up and down now. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to do. We had such a great of Corona beginnings.
Ye oldie YouTube.
Anyway, it keeps coming back, so let's keep going, huh? Right. You play a bit. Reconnection successful. Okay. Looks like we're back. We're back.
What?
It's good. I'm enjoying it.
You keep me alive. What?
Huh. What? What yourself? We're back. Been back for a while.
I could track you down anytime I You didn't hear that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey! Okay, now you're showing off.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to do shitty scales. Everybody's someone else's freak. Every cure is someone else's disease. Everybody's someone else's freak. Every cure is someone else's disease. Can't remember the rest. Break my neck on my fall. And burn all the bridges and breach every wall. The sweetest of touches, the violent caress, the time of your life fall, the marks that you left on me. Everybody's someone else's freak. Every cure is someone else's disease. Everybody's someone else's freak. Every cure is someone else's disease.
What? It is. It's super beautiful.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
Ah, turning those knobs.
Turn.
Turn those knobs.
Love to turn knobs.
Right. Come on, let's keep going with those questions.
This is like extra special.
Yeah, it's the anniversary.
Anniversary. I don't think there's any songs left that I haven't played. I mean, over the course of the last few months.
Of that album.
Heat
Wave.
Whoa.
You
I
don't have
don't
to play it
think-
right now.
I'm not going to play that. I
Okay.
don't think I'll be able to play that. I might be able to play that. What would that be? That would be...
Naked but safe, yes.
I've forgotten the bloody melody. Naked but safe would be... what would it be? It would be...
You could we could probably make a you haven't played yet. And you play all of those in the upcoming streams. All of them.
Just all of them.
Yes.
I don't remember what that was.
Like in a 24-hour loop.
No, it wasn't that. It was
Skin Vision,
Skin Vision.
Naked but Safe. Oh my god, Skin Vision. I Like Pretending.
Did that.
Did that. I Like Pretending was part of the last Decon session a few days ago. You can still watch it because it's free for patrons. Yeah?
What?
What? Are you playing with something or not?
No. I don't know.
You're just pissing about. Okay,
Oh,
let's
I
do another
mean,
question then. What?
That's too low. I'll kill myself today. It's the wrong key.
Or you can.
Choose devotional life. It's very low. Could be that. I'll kill myself today. Okay, next time.
Okay. All right. Question by Malin.
Hello.
Hello, loves. Happy anniversary. I'd like to encourage Chris to geek out a bit about the gear behind the Kiss and Swallow album. Yeah, let's do that. Instruments or whatever that help to shape the sound. Professor Corner said in an old interview that it was when he learned how to turn shitty, gritty recordings into professional sound. If you could elaborate on that, it would be amazing. Yes.
Well, it was the first album that I had fully produced myself. All of the Sneaker albums were in collaboration with either Liam or other producers that came in for different songs. So I really had to double down and understand how to raise my game and get the quality of what I was recording up. My main issue is my impatience with recording, so I was never a person that would care so much about what microphones were used or what instruments were used. I still don't care. It doesn't mean that much to me. I'm not. I never buy into the cult of any instrument. I like it when they have character, but often you'll find that things that have character are a little bit cranky and they need work in terms of bringing them up to a certain quality standard, an industry standard. So I just worked a lot on within the box, in the computer, figuring out plugins and how to up my engineering game, my production game.
So what did you, what program did you use then?
I was still using Logic at the time.
And did you use any instruments?
Yes, guitars.
Guitars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, guitars.
My first role in was as a guitarist. So I still there's always been a thread of guitar throughout the albums.
Mm-hmm.
If you take a track like White Suburb Impressionism, there is actually a slightly mutant guitar solo, and that was done on my Rickenbacker, which I'm looking at right now, the red Rickenbacker hanging. It was just a learning process. At the time, I had spent a lot of time with beats and drum machines and bass lines, so I had this kind of dance-based production that we'd practiced a lot with Sneaker Pimps and with instrumental music that I'd released before Sneaker Pimps. So I could do that stuff, but I wasn't so professional at recording vocals and acoustic guitars and instruments and things like that. So this was my learning process of combining the two.
And did you use any physical synths?
Yes, I used a Yamaha CS5.
Oh, that's the
The black.
black,
Yeah, I used a horrible old cranky Kawai. It's
You
like,
still
like
have both of
grandma's
those.
organ.
Yeah.
No, that was about it. So any of the there's a sound on the track "Simple Girl," which is it's like a high keyboard melody line, and it's still one of my favorite sounds. And that came out of this Kawai.
Really?
Yeah, and you can't use that thing anymore. It's totally destroyed.
That was when it was still in tune, was it?
It was just in tune. There were a couple of notes I did have to pitch correct.
I thought that sound was oh my god, I forgot the word.
It's a very special. Is genuinely unique.
Is it?
No, it's also used on Mercy, so it's the high.
In Mercy, that's
yeah. So in Simple Girl, there's a sound that in between after the chorus, which before the verse, which just does this high melody, and it's almost like a Chinese. What are those stringed instrument? Can't remember.
Aren't they Japanese?
It might be Japanese, Asian, let's say. But they have this sort of bending intonation in between notes, and the scale is very interesting.
Wow. Okay. So
because it was out of tune, there was an interesting thing going on with that.
Huh. I had no idea.
Like the circuits were frying as I was recording it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
When will you be releasing the recordings of the April acoustic shows? Good question. That needs a bit of work.
Never. It has to exist as a memory.
No, don't say that.
Okay, maybe at the end of the year.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be awesome. Since we have them all. Let's see. Okay. We are nearing the end, but we could do. I know, it's so sad.
I never want to end.
Yeah.
This. Oh.
This is one you will like. Oh wait. Okay. Here's one by River. River knows all the like the details. The IMX gossip. He has all the facts. Or he
hopefully not more than I do.
Or at least he's collecting them. I like that.
Okay.
It's very attentive.
Let's see if it's
okay. So
the same as my memory.
You've already talked about how Janine joined Post Alternative, but you then re-recorded some of that album, I think, swapping out Sue's vocals with Janine's in a few songs. After Every Party Comes to Mind. That is incorrect. We added some of my vocals to songs where there weren't vocals on yet. So anything that had been recorded stayed the same. And then we just added my voice to, I think, Negative Sex.
Yes.
You Joyce Milo. Definitely Nightlife. And something else. So
there were two versions of that album also. Yeah. There was a US release. So I think we added vocals for the US release. Is that correct?
Yeah, for the 2018 release of the alternative in the US and the UK, I think, was it as well on Fiction? I think they were released at the same time.
And Janine had become a part of the band, so not just because she had a beautiful voice, it seemed like a really good thing to do for the live shows and for the performances to have you singing those songs.
Yeah, that was exciting, nerve-wracking. But then he goes on. Have you ever considered doing that with Kiss and Swallow? I think White Suburb Impressionism would definitely work with Janine on backing vocals. Yeah, I would love that.
Sure, why not?
Didn't you wait? So when you released Kiss and Swallow 2008, also pretty much at the same time with Alternative, I think, very close in US and UK. Did you remaster or remix it or something, or is it the same, just a different cover? I don't remember. I know you added.
I think I remixed a couple of the tracks, but there was no. It wasn't like an extensive re-record like the American version of the Alternative.
Okay, yeah.
It was a few tweaks, and it was slightly remastered for that new cover.
Yes. Okay.
Because there was a slightly naive concept at the time to have basically have the same face in different forms on every IMX cover.
Mm-hmm.
It began, so the first had the picture of Sue's face with the X, and then the second was the Alternative paint job. Obviously, the relationship fell apart. So that
continue with the same face.
Well, it was also I just didn't like the concept as well by that point.
Okay.
So my reasons for changing that first cover was not really a personal one. It was more that because it's still an image from that collection of photographs that I took of Sue at that time, but it was just more in line with the sort of sexuality of that album.
Right.
I felt that the it just was a better feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it may not have been quite as visually striking as the X on the face with the tear, because there was a tear at the time. I felt that wasn't quite right. I wanted more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a tear?
There is. I did try and bring it out.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Well, thank you, River, for having so much belief in me. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, that would be amazing. Your vocals re-record on that.
I would love that.
But that would
My
require
God.
me to re-record some things.
I tell you what, we don't need to record it. We just need to fucking perform it live.
Okay.
I can add my vocal there.
Wow.
They'll do it.
Blowing my mind right now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I feel like our brains are getting fried a little bit.
Fried
With all of these technical difficulties. It's so much fun though, right?
One more question, come on.
The love streams are my favorites by far.
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. There's so many new names here. I love it. Here's a question by Theresia. Or maybe Theresia, I don't know. Hi, Chris. I'm totally obsessed with the sound on Kiss and Swallow and the Alternative. The whole atmosphere is amazing, but the drum sound is the best I've ever heard. Can you speak a bit about how you achieved that drum sound? Is it recorded by you or from a sample pack? Thank you, and thank you so much for the streams. P.S. Please tell us in a sexy way.
Well,
just be yourself then.
Drum sound. I'm glad you noticed that. There's I spent a lot of time with drums, with rhythms, and that is a combination of chopped up samples and drum machines and me recording, bashing out stuff on a very small kit. So I tend to layer drum sounds usually in quite random ways. There's a track, Naked But Safe, which was a great example of where I felt that the IMX drum sound was born, which was a very, very tuned, kind of high, mid, harsh snare sound with a gravelly bass drum that has a lot of sub, but not too much sub, but it has a real punch where you can punch and character. So the drums almost have always been and still are a very big part of the character of IMX, and I love to feature them in a way that they're almost memorable as opposed to just being something that backs it up. Yeah, but that's a good example of a track where I surprised myself, and the kind of sound that you can just keep turning up and up and up, and it never hurts you, but it's very pleasurable to listen to.
So are those programmed drums, or is it a mix of?
That's a mix. That's a mix of a sample, totally chopped up, reconstructed into a 6/8 rhythm, I think it was at the time, and then combined with. Yeah, there was a recording that I did on that. So it was a bass drum that I recorded, plus added a layer of sub, and I put one hi-hat in there.
So cool. All right. Well. Okay, someone's saying we should maybe move over to Zoom. Maybe I just. Well, we can do for the gathering. We can really do anything. We can host it anywhere. So, maybe. I'm kind of tired of Crowdcast, I have to say. After this,
Crowdcast.
Yeah, it's just not reliable. And with with our Wi-Fi not being the strongest, we really need something reliable. So maybe I'll look into it. I'd have to familiarize myself with it.
Janine's gonna work it out.
Ooh.
Just do it.
Help. Okay.
Thank you for all the questions.
Thank you so much.
It's good for me to remember.
It's also interesting that we can do several streams about the same album, right? It's something else always comes out. I really like that. So that's good to know. Maybe next month, since it's the alternative month, maybe we'll do another one about the alternative.
Let's get geeky with the alternative.
Yeah, why not?
Lots of geeky talk. I'd like to.
Geek and gossip.
Geek gossip and a little bit of residual sex.
Like a spillover from the Kiss and Swallow era.
Spillover from yeah.
Really good questions today.
Thank you so much.
Hope you all are good, and we'll see you in a week. So far, it's still on Crowdcast, the gathering, but if anything changes, I'll make sure to let you know on all the channels, send you emails, and post on Patreon and so on. Let's see. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. I'll give you the manifesto again now, okay? Let it sink in.